Okay, for now I just want to talk about the settings of the bot. So I'll just select any random bot, for example this one. Okay, the first thing when you arrive at this page, you need to select the volatility, because by default we have here select volatility and default. Default selects all the volatilities and it will analyze them all, but you have the choice to select a number of them or all of them also. For example, I can mark all to select all. Okay, or I can just only select these ones. This is the volatility indexes. Or select these ones. This is the volatility indexes 1 second. Or I can select the jump indexes, these all J's, or the bull and bear, all B's. But I can also select one by one. For example, I can decide to select V10 or V50. The next one, just like that. I can decide to select, okay, like that. I can decide to select a number of them from different groups. And okay, so for example here I can select maybe this and this, then click there. We have the stake. The stake is the amount you want to risk per trade. For example, okay, the minimum you can risk per trade is 0.35. That's your stake. And then for the entire session, bot session, you'll be risking around $16. That's based on my calculation, but you can also adjust this to a number you're comfortable with. Maybe you want a stop loss maybe to be around even maybe 5. You don't want to lose much, and maybe your take profit maybe to be even 1. Okay, then from there, okay, those are the main things. But also we have, from the stake we have the risk manager. From the risk manager we have the martingale. I hope most of you know about the martingale. It's the one commonly used. Okay, you can select other risk managers apart from martingale. So here is a list of other risk managers you can select. For example, if I select fixed, I'll only trade with a fixed amount. I will not increase or decrease the amount when I lose trades. That's for the fixed. And then we have like the D'Alembert. The D'Alembert usually increase the stake when you win, and decrease the stake when you lose. The Oscar grid usually, okay, sorry for the confusion. In the D'Alembert, you usually decrease the stake when you win and increase the stake when you lose. And then in the Oscar grid, you increase the stake when you win and then maintain the stake when you lose. And then the compounding, you just enter the percentage you want to increase whether you win or lose. And then it's interesting, you just add, instead of adding now the percentage, you add a fixed amount you want to increase or decrease your stake whether you win or lose. And then the Fibonacci usually follows the Fibonacci sequence. For example, it takes your initial stake plus your initial stake if you lose or you win, and add them, and that will be your next stake. So it takes the two previous stakes and add them, and that becomes your new stake when you lose or you win, depending on the value you choose below. And then the Lambochere, just select a random values of some random list, and then it takes just random capital around the area you select. Okay, for example, if I'll go with maybe compounding. Okay, when I go with compounding, now I'll be interested in the compounding state. So if I win, I want to increase my stake by maybe 2.2. Now here in the multiplier I'll be increasing by my stake by 2.2 if I win, but I can also change here to lost. So if I lose, I'll be increasing my stake, but if I win, I will maintain my stake. Okay, this compounding state also apply to this other. It's interesting. So but it's interesting, this multiplier will not be a percentage, it will just be a fixed amount. For example, okay, here I want to increase my stake by 1 every time I lose. Now this compounding stance coming, I will increase by 1 every time I lose. Or okay, maybe I will increase by 1 every time I win when you select 1. Okay. And then we have, okay, guess that's all. Okay, there is this risk manager start. Okay, I'll explain that using the martingale because the most common one. Okay, for the martingale, risk manager start means that if you, okay, as you know, the martingale strategy usually goes like this. If you lose a trade, you increase your stake, but by a certain multiplication, maybe multiply by 2.2 or any other value. And if you lose, and if you win, you maintain the stake. Okay, so for example, if you stake with 0.35 and you lose that trade, you increase you increase the stake by the multiplier value. For example, here you have the multiplier. Maybe if the multiplier is 2, maybe let me put the stake to 1 so that the calculation will be easier. Let me stake to 1. Okay, so if I'm using martingale and I lose, I place a trade, the first trade, and I lose it, and the stake was 1, then my next stake will be this stake multiplied by the value of the multiplier. Okay, if I lose again, I'll just take the new stake multiplied by the multiplier. For example, I lose the first trade, my second stake will be 2, my third stake will be 4 because I'll multiply 2 by 2, and when my next stake is 4 and then I lose that 4, I'll multiply that 4 by 2. That 2 is the value, the multiplier value. Okay, so I want to explain now the risk manager start. This risk manager start means that if I lose the first trade, if I lose only one trade, I'll start multiply the martingale there. But if I change this value here, maybe to 2, I'll be required to lose 2 trades before the martingale kicks in. I can adjust this even to 5. If I lose 5 consecutive trades, now the martingale can kick in when I lose those maybe 5 trades. But you can reduce this value. By default it's 1. So if I lose 1 trade, the martingale just start there. But when I put it to 2, it means that when I lose the first trade, the martingale will not start. So if I lose maybe that $1, it will not multiply by 2 because I've set it to, if I lose 2 consecutive trades, that's when the martingale kicks in. So I lose the first trade, $1, it will place again the next trade with just $1 because I've said the risk manager start at the second position. Okay, this also applies to the other risk managers. Okay, that's for risk manager start. We have also risk manager stop. Okay, this risk manager stop says that, okay, when the martingale kicks in, how many times do you want the martingale to multiply? So for this case, the default is 5. So if the martingale starts and you lose 5 consecutive trades, the martingale will not continue. Will just reset to the initial stake because you have reached the risk manager stop. So you don't want the martingale to continue if you lose 5 consecutive trades. Okay, and then this can be adjusted maybe to 2. Maybe if it kicks in and you lose 2 consecutive trades, you want to reset. You don't want the martingale to have to continue multiplying so that you can stake more money. So for example, in this case where I have the risk manager to 2, so if I lose the first trade, and the martingale will kick in definitely, then my next trade will be 2. So if I lose that trade again, my next stake will be 4, and when it does not recover on 4, it will reset. Since my risk manager stop is set on 2, it will reset back to start trading to start staking with the initial stake, the first stake I had assigned. Okay, that's it for the risk manager here. Okay, so here by default it's 5. I think I've already covered all of this. Okay, another thing, okay, for if you do not know how to switch between a real and a demo account, you can switch here on this here, right here. You can just click that arrow pointing down, or you can just click on this account here. Okay, like that, and then to list all your accounts. Okay, if you don't have a real account, a live account, you'll just be seeing this account here starting with V. And okay, for those who have only two accounts, it will show you this account, maybe the US dollars account, and then this account that start with V, that is the demo account. But for example, I do have many accounts. I have the normal account, the US dollar account. I have the Bitcoin account and other accounts. So to switch between accounts, for example, for now I can switch to my Bitcoin account. I'll just click on it, and then the page will reload and switch to my Bitcoin account. Just wait for a minute and you'll see it. Okay, there my account is loading. Okay, still loading. I don't know why it's taking too long. Okay, it's taking too long to load. Don't know why. Okay, it's supposed to load that Bitcoin account there, but I don't know why it took so long, and it's still loading. Maybe it encountered an error, I don't know. Okay, but that's how you switch between the accounts. And then maybe another thing, you can come here about us, and then you can just check here. We have our YouTube channel right here. Okay, our blog, I have not written anything in our blog currently. We have a Telegram channel, Telegram group, a WhatsApp group, and then you can message me on WhatsApp right here. Okay, you can also read the risk disclaimer. It's right here to know which risks you are taking when trading. And here's the risk disclaimer. You can just go through it. Okay, like for example here, remember, trading in forex, cryptocurrency, stocks, options, and CFDs involve risks. You should only trade with funds that you can afford to lose, and you should not consider it as a guaranteed source of income. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So you should take note of that before you risk any amount, and only risk the amount you can afford to lose. Okay, that's it for this video. Hope it helps you understand everything to do with the bot. Okay, see you in the next video.